Hello and welcome to the Theology of Commerce podcast, where trade and labor is love of neighbor. When we say we follow Christ, we mean business. I'm James Lewis. Thanks for giving me a listen. So today I'd like to tackle a foundational principle or concept in this philosophy, and that is to understand what we do in the workplace as a participation in the transcendentals. And that may sound daunting, but bear with me. So when we will the good of our neighbor through our labor, what is that good that we are willing? What's the thing toward which we are working? And it is a participation in some sense of truth, goodness, and beauty, the transcendentals. And we can dissect or analyze the goods and services that we offer in terms of goodness, truth, and beauty. So things like the education. Education is primarily truth, right? So when you educate somebody, you are instilling into the person knowledge and understanding. You are instilling a truth into the person, and that is the way that he benefits from your work of education. When you engage with somebody in, say, one of the physical trades like plumbing or carpentry, what you're doing is you are working toward the goodness of a structure, a house, or a place of business. You are restoring to right order the plumbing in a house so that the faucets are no longer leaking and the toilets aren't backing up, right? So you are instilling a goodness into the physical thing that is their home or their place of business. And the other person increases in that physical goodness that he then possesses because of your work. Art is beauty, right? A greater piece of art is a more beautiful piece of art. Engineering and design. I'm an engineer. What we do is we participate in truth to understand a thing, and then goodness to optimize a solution for a particular goal. And all of these things, all of these trades, all of these services and goods are aimed at the good of our neighbor, the good of our customer, if you or a client, or just the next person in the workflow, if you will. And each of these trades will participate in a particular way, like I had mentioned, truth, goodness, and beauty, but it'll also participate in a secondary way in one of the other three. Nothing that is lacking in beauty can really be called good. Nothing that is untrue can truly be called beautiful, and nothing without goodness is true. So each place where we instill a good into another place, it can't be at the detriment of another. We can't instill goodness at the detriment of beauty. It wouldn't make sense. Goodness makes a thing more beautiful, truth makes it better, and beauty makes it more true. So education, if we were to continue this analysis, education, it's about greater truth, but it's actually about greater beauty and goodness as well. A better education is not just a more true education, not a more full, not just a deeper instillment of truth into the other person, but also a goodness, so that it actually changes not just a knowledge, but it actually changes habit, so that it becomes realized, a virtue, not just a knowledge or understanding. Greater art is, yes, more beautiful, but also more true. A piece of art that is on the surface appealing but is untrue actually is ugly. It's an anti-beauty, because of the lack of truth in it. So a greater piece of art will participate in both goodness, in beauty and in truth. An observation I've made is that typically when beauty isn't the primary of the three, beauty is going to be the secondary. So education is truth first, beauty second. Art is beauty first and truth second. Many of the trades are goodness first and beauty second. So a more beautiful, better carpentry. Better carpentry is not just more sturdy, but also more beautiful. I'd like to do a little dive into engineering in particular, since that's my field of profession. So whenever I am doing my engineering work, I am considering many aspects. I am considering our customer's end desire, what he wants to achieve. And I'm also considering cost. I'm also considering the ease of use of that particular solution, not just for my immediate customer, who would be, let's say, the production team. So the production team requires my design in order to produce the good that we then sell. But then their customers, further down in the workflow chain, their customers, quality control. It needs to not just be able to be built, but it needs to be able to be qualified, so that it achieves the goal that we have for that particular solution. And then the end customer as well, when it actually leaves the facility and goes to a customer, it needs to fulfill the customer's needs and requirements, what the customer initially engaged with the company to achieve. So each of these levels are balanced so that I can optimize the solution to achieve lower cost, higher performance. The breadth of consideration makes the job of an engineer need to consider very many different people when creating a solution. And that's actually another concept, or another thing that will require further consideration in other videos, out of the scope of this video. But I don't only have one customer. The better solution is one that is, yes, the highest goodness that can be provided, so highest performance, lowest cost, but also the most beautiful. And in this context, we can say that positive experience is a participation in beauty. So making something user friendly, we could call that more beautiful. Like, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff. I'd like to hear from you. How is it that you manifest truth, goodness, and beauty through your labor?